Hello out there. It's been a while since I've shared. Since the last video, I am in my new house, which at this point, 2.5 months in, does feel like my home. There are definite pros and cons about being in a new neighborhood and being able to live by myself. Sitting with this chronic illness alone is very different than being surrounded by a dog and a person that loves you on the daily. So there is the isolation and loneliness that comes along with that, but then there's also the freedom of not feeling like the constant pain that I'm in is a burden to somebody else, which I think was negotiated very well, but there is just certain times you need a witness and certain times you don't. So healing is landing in a new way. And that being said, new symptoms are arising. Treatment is pretty much still on hold. I have taken to even being more disciplined about practices, mostly meditation supported, meaning I don't sit without having a back support or I lay down. And it's interesting how practices have changed throughout this. I think that in my former life as an able-bodied person, I used practices to get deeper into my body. And nowadays I feel like there's a reprieve if I can access other states of consciousness and hover. So it's an interesting transformation. You know, it's also bringing up the question of why we practice, which I think is visited a lot, especially as somebody who does transformational work on the regular. It's like, why are we practicing anything? Do we sit down to change what is or to come deeper into the experience? And I've always been in the camp of how can I more fully embody this experience and know that the safer it is for me to be fully present, then the safer the parts that are traumatized or scared or unconscious feel to come forward, to be loved and transformed and transmuted. But until then, just really being with what is in the softest way possible. And I think that this experience of feeling isolated and inconsistent pain is an initiation, like becoming a diamond. Like there's this ongoing pressure in the dark. Yeah, if that makes any sense. All that to say, I know it's not in vain. And all that to say that this is challenging. I do feel that isolation and that constant discomfort. Yeah. I will share more. I thank you so much for listening and tuning in. I'm loving you from here, and thank you for all your care and support along the way. If you are so inclined to continue to keep giving, please do. The fundraiser is still ongoing. There's still events happening at Kula on the regular. I do believe there's still tote bags for sale at Likely General, all the angels that have been helping along the way. Thank you. Blessings, blessings, blessings.